Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we dive into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the one and only Joan Crawford. This legendary actress, known for her stunning beauty, fierce determination, and unforgettable performances, has captivated audiences for generations. From her humble beginnings to her rise as a silver screen siren, Joan Crawford's life is a true rags-to-riches tale that continues to inspire and intrigue us to this day. Born Lucille Fay Lesueur on March 23, 1904, in San Antonio, Texas, Joan Crawford's early life was marked by hardship and struggle. Her father, Thomas Lesueur, was a laborer who worked for the railroad, earning a modest income that often left the family on the brink of financial instability. Her mother, Annabelle Johnson, was a laundry worker, toiling away for hours each day to make ends meet. The family moved frequently during Joan's childhood, eventually settling in Lawton, Oklahoma, where they lived in a small, unassuming house on 4th Street. I've spoken to historians who describe the neighborhood as a humble, working-class community, where families like the Lesueurs struggled to get by. As a child, Joan would often help her mother with household chores and care for her younger brother, Hal A.D. Despite the financial struggles, Annabelle Johnson encouraged Joan's creative spark, recognizing the potential for her daughter to escape the hardships of their life through performance. According to family accounts, Joan would often put on makeshift shows for her family, singing and dancing in the living room. And it was during these early performances that her love of entertainment was first ignited. In 1918, at the age of 14, Joan's family moved again, this time to Kansas City, Kansas, where she attended Central Junior High School. It was during this period that she began to work part-time jobs to support her family, including working as a salesgirl at a local department store, where she earned a meager $3 per week. I found records of the store, which was located on Main Street in downtown Kansas City, and it's fascinating to think of Joan, then just a teenager, navigating the bustling streets and learning the value of hard work. Joan's early life was also marked by hardship and tragedy. In 1918, her father, Thomas Lesueur, abandoned the family, leaving Annabelle Johnson to care for their children alone. This event had a profound impact on Joan, who would later speak about the emotional scars of her childhood and the driving force it gave her to succeed. As she once said in an interview, "I think the insecurity of my childhood, the feeling of never being quite sure what was going to happen next, drove me to work harder and to strive for more." As we pause at the threshold of Joan's young adulthood, it's clear that her early life experiences had a profound impact on her future. The streets of Kansas City, the struggles of her family, and the encouragement of her mother all played a role in shaping Joan Crawford into the woman she would become. As we left off, Joan was working part-time jobs to support her family in Kansas City, while also nurturing her passion for performance. In 1922, at the age of 18, she decided to pursue a career in dance and moved to Chicago, where she joined a traveling dance troupe. This experience not only honed her dancing skills, but also taught her the discipline and resilience needed to succeed in the entertainment industry. Joan's big break came in 1925, when she was discovered by a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer talent scout, while performing in a Chicago nightclub. She was offered a contract with MGM, and soon found herself on a train to Los Angeles, ready to take on the city of dreams. As she once recalled, "I was so excited to be going to Hollywood. I felt like I was walking on air." Upon arriving in Los Angeles, Joan began working as an extra and a dancer in various film productions. Her early days at MGM were marked by intense training and mentorship, under the guidance of studio executives and veteran actresses. She worked tirelessly to improve her acting skills, taking classes and rehearsing her lines until she felt confident in her abilities. In 1926, Joan made her film debut in the silent movie Lady of the Night, followed by a string of small roles in films such as Tramp, 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 and The Unknown. Her breakthrough role came in 1928 with the film Our Dancing Daughters, which catapulted her to stardom and earned her an Academy Award nomination. As film critic and historian, Mick LaSalle notes, Joan Crawford's performance in Our Dancing Daughters was a revelation. She brought a new level of sophistication and glamour to the screen. Throughout the 1920s and 1930s, Joan established herself as one of Hollywood's leading ladies, starring in films like The Women, Grand Hotel, and Dancing Lady. Her on-screen presence was marked by her stunning beauty, charisma, and a unique blend of vulnerability and strength. As she navigated the complexities of stardom, Joan remained committed to her craft, continually seeking out challenging roles and collaborating with renowned directors like George Cukor and Clarence Brown. Joan's rise to fame was not without its challenges, however. She faced intense scrutiny from the press and the public, who were fascinated by her rags-to-riches story and her glamorous persona. She also endured a tumultuous personal life, marked by high-profile romances and marriages that often ended in heartbreak. Despite these challenges, Joan persevered, using her experiences as fuel for her performances and continuing to push herself creatively. From her humble beginnings to her rise as a silver screen siren, Joan Crawford's story is one of determination, resilience, and creativity, as well as her personal struggles and legacy. As we enter the 1940s, Joan Crawford's career continued to soar with her Oscar-winning performance in Mildred Pierce, a role that showcased her remarkable range and depth as an actress. This film marked a turning point in her career, as she began to take on more dramatic roles that allowed her to explore complex characters and storylines. Her performances during this period were often characterized by their intensity and nuance, earning her critical acclaim and solidifying her position as one of Hollywood's leading ladies. The 1950s and 1960s saw Joan Crawford continue to push the boundaries of her craft, taking on roles in films like Sudden Fear, Torch Song, and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. The latter, a psychological thriller co-starring Bette Davis, is often cited as one of the greatest films of all time, with Joan's performance as Blanche Hudson earning her an Academy Award nomination. This film marked a new chapter in her career, as she began to explore the horror and suspense genres, leveraging her iconic status to create memorable and unsettling characters. Throughout her later years, Joan Crawford remained committed to her craft, continually seeking out challenging roles and collaborating with renowned directors like Robert Aldrich and William Castle. Her personal life, however, was marked by struggles with addiction and health issues, which she faced with characteristic resilience and determination. Despite these challenges, Joan continued to inspire and influence a new generation of actresses, including Faye Dunaway, who would go on to play her in the 1981 film, Mommy Dearest. As we reflect on Joan Crawford's legacy, it's clear that her impact on Hollywood extends far beyond her own films. She paved the way for future generations of women in the entertainment industry, breaking down barriers and challenging social norms through her performances and public persona. Her influence can be seen in actresses like Meryl Streep, who has often cited Joan as a major inspiration, and in films like American Horror Story, which pays homage to her iconic roles in horror and suspense. In the years leading up to her death in 1977, Joan Crawford remained an icon of Hollywood's golden age, attending industry events and sharing her wisdom with younger actresses. Her passing marked the end of an era, but her legacy lives on through her remarkable body of work and the countless women she inspired throughout her career. As we conclude our exploration of Joan Crawford's extraordinary life, it's clear that her story is one of determination, resilience, and creativity. From her humble beginnings to her rise as a silver screen siren, Joan Crawford left an indelible mark on Hollywood and beyond. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.